Minnesota. We're here for the second men's pro semifinal of the evening. This will be the 101st meeting between these two giants in the game. Dave Chapman leading 83-17 in those head-to-head matchups.
This is Steve from California. Let's play for Nadi Alvarado Jr.
Referee is Joe Hagan, Secretary of the United States Handball Association here, giving us a referee.
And serving from Missouri, let's go for David Chapman.
Referee clinic, Dave Chapman. Being announced.
No bad bounces except for on the serve and those things on the sidewall. Okay? And by the way, we have two line judges, Matt Dobbins on the left wall and Eric Hilgren on the right wall.
You hear Joe Hagan, Dave. He's a level 5 USHA referee. He takes charge and he's very professional. I think the gallery and also the players really appreciate that.
The fans like it. The players also like it. And I like it.
Strange to see Dave miss the ceiling. And now it's Nadi in control of this rally.
Hold it, hold it.
Dave didn't like the position he was in on the court, so sort of held up and had he take that ball and didn't hinder.
Point.
There's the first point of this semifinal match.
In 2007, Dave, it was Dave Chapman making his comeback. Nadi beating Dave in all 3 of their meetings until Nadi took his 18-month layoff. Now it's Nadi Jr. making his comeback, and Dave beating Nadi in their only encounter since Nadi's knee surgery just a couple of months ago.
Point. Ball was down.
I also agree with Joe Hagan there.
Good call.
When he said I thought it was down, meaning I thought it was down before you thought it was a him.
2 serve 0.
2 serve 0.
It's interesting, Dave. So many people watching will say, well, why don't you just do what Chapman does against Nadi? Keep up at the ceiling and in the backcourt. Well, it's not that easy. And then you also have to finish off rallies with those amazing reflexes, paddle flat kills. So good luck with that. Can't tell you how many times I hear that, Dave. It's frustrating, and I'll let all 11 people watching know about it. That's right.
I think your 11 grew just a little bit. The stats that you see on the... Let's watch this play develop here. The stats that you see on the webcast engine that say there's 85 people tuned in, that's actually people that have logged in as they're tuned in, not the actual amount of people that are logged in or unlogged in watching the live webcast.
Okay. I understand the difference.
You could log in and join the chat room, and
I was actually watching earlier from my hotel, and then I logged in.
And then you became an actual viewer then with the stats once you logged in. It's not tracking how many people are actually tuned in, which is a little unfortunate. Wow, look at that laser shot right there from Nadi Alvarado Jr. Nadi wearing the red shirt. Nadi from Spring Valley Lake, California.
0-4.
And Dave Chapman from Welding Spring, Missouri.
Dave off to a great start. Nadi trailing 0-4. This is just his first time in the service box. Much more difficult, Dave, for a great server to get into the rhythm when facing a big deficit, having not been inside the box in 4 or 5 minutes. Nadi opens with a double fault in his first service inning.
See Nadi bouncing around here. I really thought we would see Anna Engel down here at the club. She's friends with Nadi Alvarado and Dave Chapman. And of course she loves the webcasting booth personality of Dave Fink. Me, not so much, but I still thought I'd see her down here.
She's one of my favorites. Actually, left a ticket for it, won't call. Still there waiting. We
4 serve 0.
4 serve 0. Gee, rights fast. Oh, look at that shot right there from Nadi Alvarado, left
Set
hand.
out.
Nadi really improving his game with each match. I know he defeated Luis Moreno in just his first tournament
0
back,
serve
Dave.
4.
Really looked sharp
Start.
earlier today. Nadi Alvarado fans have to be encouraged
Second
by
serve.
his movement today. Had the spring in his step. No, that isn't a pun because he's from Spring Valley Lake.
Or because he's playing Dave Chapman from Welding
Point.
Spring. Even though we tried to make it a pun after we said it wasn't.
1 serve 4.
1 serves 4.
Nadi's already hit 3 beautiful left corner, left kills, and he still just has 1 point. You see Nadi staying down there. And the little cat, El Tigre,
Set up.
climbs the wall. He was 7.5 feet up on that right side wall, but unable to scrape that shot from the right wall.
You're watching the Wph Ektelon Pro Stop here in Minnesota at Lifetime Fitness.
It's interesting, Dave, you hear a completely different disposition from the gallery watching these two older legends than you did watching the rock and roll and hip hop Sean Lenning, Luis Moreno young 20s matchup. There was
That's
there was
because
sort of
yeah, you know, the older people don't like you to be noisy, or else they'll tell you to
4 serve 1.
get off of their lawn.
I thought you were going somewhere good with that, but you weren't.
No,
You had nothing.
tried to make something out of it. Didn't really
Set
work.
up.
You know, Dave, they actually cleared out the gallery here between matches because you had to buy separate tickets for both these matches. So we do have a different crowd that's come in here, much more of a pro Chapman gallery.
I'll keep an eye on it. I'll keep an eye on it, Dave.
Okay,
Okay, play ball.
so Dave Chapman does not like. This is kind of funny. Nadi doesn't understand what's going on here because he also played in your match, and he doesn't understand why it's wrong for a guy to clap that's sitting in the front row. And I'm going to ask you now. You said the same
It's not
thing.
clapping,
1
it's
serve
heckling.
4.
What does he do? I can't
He's
hear it.
laughing and clapping every time you miss a ball.
So we're in Ireland now. We can't clap
It's
during
just
the
not
match.
proper decorum at a handball match to have someone who has a history of this following you around from match to match, and this is actually me being serious, clapping loudly,
2 serve
pounding on
4.
the glass every time you miss a shot. Now it might sound petty and immature for Dave and I to want this certain person removed from the gallery. Believe me, you're trying to play a match, trying to concentrate as much as you can. You've got somebody hooting and
Second serve.
hollering and banging on the glass and clapping.
But yet I haven't heard any of that hootering. I haven't seen any of the banging. We're looking right at the glass.
Well,
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand what you guys are talking. I haven't heard one thing from here.
I want you to
Is that it?
Point.
I want you to take off your headset next time Dave Chapman misses a shot and listen.
That might be 30 minutes from now.
Could be.
Maybe all that clapping I heard was because you were
3
missing
serve
so many
4.
shots in your match.
That could be it, but you said he didn't hear it, so it didn't actually work.
Short.
I just heard continuous clapping. I didn't hear random claps.
I didn't think I had the opportunity to hit that
Second
many shots.
serve.
All I saw were flat kills right in my face. I was picking up the ball on the 4th bounce and handing it to my opponent.
Good point.
Set up.
Just watch Dave Chapman's gait in there.
4 serve 3.
And
Just so methodical and so under control. Never rushed.
Set out.
is that the clapping that you're talking about there?
Well, that could be construed as clapping for a good shot, although it wasn't, because that clapping is coming whenever Dave loses a
I
point.
see.
3 serve 4.
It's funny how the players can't hear the referee give the score when the
3-4.
microphone's up near the wall, but they can hear a guy clapping in the 5th row.
Well, clearly I'm not
Short.
out of my
Hold
mind
it,
because
hold it.
Dave is suffering from the the same
Who's short?
problems
short.
that I had.
You on the serve, one agrees, both agree.
This is going to be bad. This is going to happen here.
Dave. Hold on a second. I don't think he's doing anything wrong, Dave. I'm keeping an eye on it. Let's play ball. Dave, I don't want to give you a technical. Let's play ball. Let's play ball. Okay. Naughty, let's play ball. Let's play ball.
Actually drove Naughty home
Naughty.
to the hotel, Dave, after our match, and he was incredulous as to why I was upset. Now you see Dave Chapman more upset than I was.
Naughty's telling Dave to come on. These guys have played each other so many times, and now they're going to talk to it here, about it here.
Naughty seemingly...
Well, it is a little annoying when you're playing a match and you have to stop for these long extended amounts of times as your
Well,
opponent.
think about how annoying it is when you have somebody heckling you after every single point.
Now this is the whole thing. Now they're both jarring. You think this is healthy for two players to be jarring at each other?
This actually is jarring. I will agree with you.
I think Naughty Alvarado's being the classier one here.
Well, Naughty is feigning ignorance as to why either Dave or I were upset. It's clear why both of us are upset.
He thinks that the fan is clapping for his play. I don't think he understands that it's...
He actually does understand. Just as you do. It's called playing a devil's advocate.
Side out.
Naughty using that momentum to try and
Forces free.
capitalize with a deep kill shot attempt.
There's a beautiful shot right there from Dave Chapman.
Point.
Funny you didn't hear any clapping there, Dave. That was a 38-foot kill from Dave Chapman. One of the best shots you'll see in the whole match.
The fan is not rooting for Dave Chapman, he's rooting for Naughty Alvarado. Why would a fan that's rooting for Naughty Alvarado clap for a Dave Chapman shot? That doesn't make sense.
Why would a fan clap when a player misses a shot?
Because his favorite player got a point. Or a side out. That actually does happen in all sports.
It doesn't happen in tennis or golf, and those are the most closely related sports to handball.
Hold it. Make sure you keep playing though, in case unless I say anything, okay? I know, okay, yeah, okay. 6 serves free.
Score is 6-3.
Actually, I'm looking forward to this match getting bad, as Dave Chapman alluded to, because we know it can happen.
Side out.
That was only 2 claps from the fan.
I agree, that wasn't so bad. I'd like to talk about something else, please.
I'm counting the claps now.
Hold it short.
But at first you didn't hear any of them. Now you can distinguish between 2 and 4 and 6.
Well, I took my headphone earpiece
Second
off.
serve.
Actually, no, you didn't. They're the same. They're on exactly how they've been.
I had Omar relieve it over here. Sorry you're not more technically inclined. That's a nice shot right there from Naughty Alvarado.
Point.
That was a smattering of claps.
I heard more people actually joining in. Maybe we'll throw the whole gallery out.
4 serves 6. Short. Second serve.
Naughty double faulted on his first, second serve attempts here. And that was pretty much the same as a double fault. Although he may end up winning this rally. Overhits that ceiling shot. Dave with a 2-all pass. Naughty does well to pick that up. Big setup here for Dave. Dave loves to hit that power drive down the left. Both players wasting 3 opportunities to win that rally.
call the short.
Now we should do that hang 10 sign here.
Okay?
There it is.
One agrees. Both agree.
It's interesting. Nadi's upset when his
Second
opponent
serve.
appeals, but when he appeals, it's okay. Nadi hits a hard C serve.
There's a
Point.
fan cheering for his favorite player.
It's not his favorite player. His favorite player is whoever plays Dave or I. That's what you don't seem to recognize.
It's okay to be open to get new favorite players every now and then. I mean, every match. Nadi's his new favorite player.
Point.
There's another point
It's
for
off.
Nadi and his fan. What I don't understand is that Dave Chapman is so headstrong out of all the pro players. Why would this bug him?
6, serve 6.
It's not happening during the rally, Dave. It's happening after the play.
There's waving going on during the rally.
Guess we'll have to get Omar Lemus over looking at the fan when we can have him toggle.
6 serve 6.
Might be some toggling. We're all together at
I don't
6.
think showing that particular fan would be good for our ratings.
Point.
There's a
That
timeout.
time
And we
out,
might
Dave?
want to toggle
Okay.
Dave Chapman during his timeout here because
Now you'll be serving
there
7
could be
serve
some words
6.
with his detractor.
Oddly enough, this fan, Dave is the godfather of this fan.
That's true. It's a true split in the family.
You are watching this live webcast at Lifetime Fitness here in Minnesota. My name is Dave Vincent, alongside my broadcast partner and best friend when the headset is on, David Fink, who had a wonderful tournament here, but
Did I?
that resulted in the usual sort of thing, the loss in the quarterfinals.
It's true.
This time to Nadi Alvarado Jr.
Well,
Not sure how that makes it a wonderful tournament. Makes it
7
a
6.
A typical tournament.
Typical.
For you. You also announced that this is your last tournament, so I wanted to congratulate you with shaking your hand.
Thank you.
You will no longer be on the Pro Tour. This is an announcement I did want to do during this match, but it seems like the right time. Dave, it's been really nice having you on the Pro Tour as of late and all that you have done for the sport of handball. Will you still stagecast with me, or?
Yes, I plan on continuing my stagecast
Okay.
career.
Okay. We'll get back into this and we'll talk more about your pending
7
retirement.
serve 6.
7 serve 6.
Point.
It's a fan. Obviously cheering on his favorite player, Nadi Alvarado,
8 serve 6.
or as I like to call the new favorite player, 8 to 6. That ball looked like it just hit the line.
That's the
Flat
error
out.
we saw Nadi make
Numerous
consistently
times.
in
6
Idaho.
serves 8.
In that final against Dave.
This is a different Nadi Alvarado than we watched against Dave in the final of the Plumber Bash.
He's coming off of surgery, and it's just every week he gets better, more confident with that leg.
Nadi really didn't look good in that final against Dave Chapman.
He looked old, but here he looks young.
The point.
Actually, Joe Hagan called that a point. It's really a side out.
No, that was a point.
Was Dave serving that?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
7-8.
7 serves 8.
Joe Hagan doesn't make mistakes. That's the serve that Dave used against Nadi in the 2004 National Final, nearly exclusively. That was the last four-wall Nationals Dave won. That was his 8th
Side out.
at the Multnomah Athletic Club in
Excuse me, that was a point. Thanks.
Wow, that was Nadi reversing. Okay.
8 serves
corner.
9 serves 8.
Score is 9-8. This is the first game, 2-21, tiebreaker 11. Men's semifinals. Winner faces Sean Lenning, our late addition into these games.
Is this the Olympics now? He called it the games.
It's been a lot of them.
Hold it, let's play it again. There's a little bit of a hinder, he held up, and he almost got it.
Uh-oh, here we go. You disagree with Joe Hagan's call here?
Yeah, he screamed. He held up just a little bit, and he almost got it. He got his hand on it. Correct. Right.
I actually disagree with that call. Should have been a point.
9 serves 8.
Nadi was running towards the ball.
Well, he actually got to the ball, but
Exactly. He got to the ball unobstructed and missed the shot.
he held up before he got to the shot.
I did
Lifted
not
his
see
hand.
him hold up.
I wish we had the replay going here.
You can check that in your Vimeo as you watch this
Oddly
match.
enough, this is 2 months from now, and I am actually watching it.
Huh.
And I had deja vu just now. The real me, not the me right now, but the one that's listening now. 2 months
Okay,
from
so
now.
you had
deja vu.
futuristic.
Yes, I know myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm a little confused now. You're watching the men's semifinals. Earlier, it was Sean Lenning defeating Luis Moreno in a tiebreaker. Sean Lenning was a late addition to this handball tournament.
Sean Lenning overcoming a match point to beat Luis Moreno. Devastating loss for Luis, who seemed to be on the verge of an 11 o'clock
10 serves 8.
finals appearance tomorrow morning.
You actually said that the writing was almost on the wall there, so I wrote it in our scoreboard here, our score chart that we keep for all of the tournaments. That's
Timeout,
later
Nadi.
laminated by
First,
Gene
1 minute,
Kazumoto, put
Abel
into a nice
serving,
folder.
11
Who's Gene
serves
Kazumoto?
8.
Kastner, I forgot the hyphen. She actually hyphenates, and so she keeps that all together for us. And I, unfortunately, wrote in Moreno when he was up at 22-16 there. You said it was 17. We've got over here say 16, and whether or not that was a score, we really looked like at that point Sean was giving up and letting Luis take the match, and then Sean came in and got hot, scored all of the final points to go to the tiebreaker, and then continued that momentum where he eventually defeated Luis Moreno by the score of 11-5, and now he is in the finals. Sean Lenning made it into this tournament. He was always an original invite, but he had that shoulder problem that required the MRI, where they found that cyst in his right shoulder, and we were waiting around to see how he would recover after the U.S. Open. But we got to a point where we had to name another player, and then Sean was there, and then Alan Garner backed out. So Sean already had the ticket, got on the plane, flew here, became the 3 seed, and because of the loss of Alan Garner, now he finds himself in the finals and a chance.
Certainly suddenly needed to be extended that invitation. He's played a lot of pro handball in the last couple of years, so once he was invited, there was certainly no going back.
And then Matt Hyberg as well follows that. And then we had some exciting matches with those late invites, believe it or not. 12 serves 8. In the business, I think we call that a dig. Or a ration.
Hold it. Play hinder.
It's an unnecessary call, in my opinion. You see the
Replay 11 serves
Chapman
8.
likes to kill the ball in front of himself, so if it's not a kill, it is a hinder. So you can see the overwhelming
serve.
number of hinder calls in comparison to other matches, such as the Luis Moreno Sean Lenning match, where we saw only 3 hinders in the entire match.
Nice dig right there from Nadi Alvarado.
Point.
Dave really playing good handball right now.
12 serves 8.
12 serves 8.
midway through this first game, actually took an 8-7 lead. Now it's Dave Chapman leading.
That takes a lot of guts.
8.
Side out.
That's just a standard Nadi Alvarado shot. It's almost like he's playing racquetball in there, Dave. Any ball that drops around shoulder height, he's going to roll with both hands from either any spot on the court.
8 serves 12. Nadi Alvarado serving. This is the first game if you just tuned in. Sometimes when it gets a little boring here with the wiping down the court or the timeouts, we'll have to keep reliving that great pizza in the shoe story.
I certainly like to hear more about it.
Whoa, what was that? Say hello.
And we'll have an opportunity right now, Dave, to relive that moment as Nadi goes to the towel. Every time he goes down on that right knee, the floor will be wet. That knee pad is damp.
You see on the court here, there's a number 12. That is indication that we've got a facility with a lot of handball courts. There were 2 more that were taken out. One show court that had glass sidewalls now is a ping pong center with some of the state's best ping pong champions right here in Lifetime Fitness of Fridley, Minnesota. Check them out online at lifetimefitness.com.
Side out.
There's a miss hit right there from Dave Chapman. And a side out.
8 serves 12.
It's only the second ball that Dave's hit into the ground.
I love that shot right there. No way that's a hinder.
I think he had a chance.
Oh,
I think
no.
he had an
Oh,
outside
no.
chance.
No.
This is going to turn out really bad.
No.
It's probably unlikely, but I think he had a chance to get that ball,
No.
and he was completely blocked. He's completely blocked.
This is going to turn out really bad.
Not at all. It was a close call, Dave, but I think he had a chance.
I agree with Dave right there.
Dave, that ball only bounced once into this the right side wall. Nadi had a chance at that ball, but being that the ball bounced twice before it hit the right side wall, just
Where the ball landed, that was
strange
impossible.
air there from our referee.
8 serves 12.
Dave Chapman knows that Nadi knows.
I don't think Nadi saw that ball all the way.
Short,
A lot of
hold
times,
it,
Dave,
hold it.
A lot of times, Dave, when you don't see the ball, you think you had a chance at it, and I think that's what happened. Nadi was behind Dave.
Okay.
I don't think he has any idea
Okay.
where that ball actually hit. He was completely frozen.
Second serve.
That would have been a very difficult ball to get to, but that's what Joe's saying. It
was impossible to get to, actually. Not difficult. Nadi with a low percentage shot. You see him try that shot quite a bit, particularly against Dave.
12 serves 8.
To go for that shot because Dave hits a lot of those soft shots in the front court. Nadi didn't make the smoothest swing with that left-handed rollout, but good enough to earn the side out.
8 serves 12.
8 serves 12.
And he goes for the same shot again. It's
Side out.
consecutive stiff arm kills into the floor.
12 serves 8.
Dave wrong footing Nadi there.
Point.
Nadi anticipating a paddle kill to the right.
13
Dave
serves 8.
comes over the shot with his left. To the left, excuse me.
Let's play it over. That's a late call, but let's play that one over.
now the referee
That's pretty over. There was a little bit
losing
of
control of
contact.
this match, Dave.
Sorry, it was a late call, but I think that's the right call.
Letting the players call their game.
13 serves 8.
13 serves 8, Dave. I think it's pretty obvious the different schools of reffing. The new school of reffing, Dave, is really to let the play continue. The old school is to stop play at any opportunity. I prefer the new school. I know,
Point.
Dave, you're remaining quiet there, but we saw the new school referee, Abe Montillo, really just let play progress, let the players play.
14 serves 8.
14 serves 8. What about the school where the player turns and looks at the referee and the referee decides to make the call? That's not an old school.
Look at Dave just
Nice ride. Good point.
perfectly manipulate that point.
You're watching the Wph Ektelon MSP Classic. We're in Twin Cities, St. Paul, Minneapolis, and Fridley is the name of the city that we're actually broadcasting from. Lifetime Fitness here on a gorgeous Saturday night. Dave Fink and
15 serves 8.
yours truly, Dave Vincent, 15 to 8. Dave Chapman's wife, Debbie Chapman, watching the live webcast, and Carrie Alvarado watching her hubby.
Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. I call the hinder.
Little old school
Movie
going on.
setup.
Want to say hello, Dave, to Pat Boyd, Tone Loke,
Replay 15 serves 8.
CA Handball, and just a number of people, Dave, that are chatting online while watching this match. They're loving the action. They're talking handball.
Point.
They're talking strategy. They're talking refereeing. They might take our job.
Well, we can just get that text-to-voice translator. It's an app on your iPhone, and
16
we
serves
can back
8.
out and let Tone Loke do it.
I don't think there'd be too many upset fans for that to happen.
I highly doubt that. Well, I can tell you this, Tone Loke will get paid as much as you and I are getting paid. That's probably more true, and Nadi makes a hand there with his left this time.
Point. 17 serves 8.
Score is 17 to 8. Do us a favor and get a hold of your friends and tell them that the
Point.
Dave Chapman Nadi Alvarado match is live at Justin.tv.
Timeout Nadi.
And a timeout
6
call
seconds.
from Nate Alvarado.
Dave will be serving 18 serves 8.
A lot of the blogosphere, Dave, out there, the tweeters,
Yeah, that's fine.
the IMers are saying that the writing is on the wall. Now, you haven't heard me say that yet because I read the writing in the last match and clearly didn't have my glasses on.
Well, you saw a couple letters, but it wasn't completely etched in there, so I'm not going to go against you on this one.
Okay, thank you.
You said that you were starting to believe that the crew that comes in and etches the writing on the wall started getting their stencils out, and they were starting to tape them with masking tape, but they did not bring the paint guns out, so that, or the stenciler,
Well,
sorry.
actually, there's a sign, Dave, as you walk into this Lifetime Fitness that says no guns allowed on the premises.
That might have been the reason why, so
Yeah.
maybe, yeah, I understand. You are watching this live webcast here courtesy of our sponsors, like Simply Thankful at simplythankful.com, not only in the greater Twin City area, but they also go all over the nation. You might want to give them a quick look at on the internet, Simply Thankful. You can grow your ROI with proven and measurable marketing strategies. They can brand your image over 750,000 different ways. Dave Fink's image is a pretty important image, actually. It's of a very angry
30 seconds.
handball player throwing his gloves down on the ground. That would be the one image of you going, no! Okay? They can take that picture of you, Tucson, Arizona, circa 2009, and put it on a mug, a coffee mug, and then when your dad is sitting in his corporate meetings, he can drink that and see, and then actually have the word no at the bottom, which
It's
is
funny you should mention my dad, Dave, because the second half of this timeout is being brought to you by
Here it
the
is.
RFC, the Rodney Fink Classic, Part 3, May 13th to the 15th in the Steel City, the great town of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, home of the Steelers and not so proudly of the Pirates. Make your tickets now
keep going.
and come to the premier pro handball event on the East Coast.
That sounds interesting to me.
You've been there.
I actually love that facility. Ameripink is the name of the facility.
It's true.
And the dates are May
13th to the 15th.
Oh, that's the same as the tall corn, right? Because that was
there's a rumor that there is a conflict there. It was not on any of the calendars. I heard there's a secret calendar that I'm not allowed to see. But
now,
apparently,
what is going on here, Nate Alvarado? Someone took a timeout after a glove change? Pardon me? Is there more clapping, people? No, do we have a timeout call right now? Well, Dave Fink tried to do it earlier. I've never heard of it before, actually. I'm not really for it, but...
Play ball. Where's Nutty?
Nani continues to pretend that he doesn't understand the situation, just as you are.
So what I was bringing up here, Nani called a timeout, and then as Nani left the court, Dave shows his gloves and gets a 2-minute timeout. The referee, after the 2 minutes, says, okay, 10 seconds, Dave Chapman says timeout.
Okay.
Calls a timeout again.
Here we go. 18 serves 8.
It's kind of a strange, and that's why we had that 4-minute layoff there, or so.
Gave us the opportunity to talk about.
The RFC, May 13th
I was
to
actually
the
going
15th.
to talk about our other sponsors, but yes, the RFC is May 13th to the 15th. Now that you mention it,
Okay.
Hold it,
Pittsburgh.
hold it.
That's part of the old school repping that you're
Call the
talking
hinder.
about. Is that old school there?
now
Call the hinder
that's
for your
from the
shot,
terrible
Nutty.
school.
It wasn't a setup, and I didn't think you had time to hit it.
You know, Dave, it's almost like calling a basketball
18
game. When you
serves
drive
8.
the lane, there might be a little bit of contact. Doesn't mean you have to call a foul every time players touch. Now in handball, there's rarely contact, but there is sometimes a little bit of shading.
Point.
Doesn't mean you have to call a hinder and stop the play every time there's a slight shade, because a lot of times you have your opponent moving across the court in a very compromised
19 serves
position
8.
where they're unable to do anything with the ball but just barely return it, and you
Long.
bail that player out by calling the hinder.
Second serve.
When LeBron James drives the lane, Dave, they don't give him an unobstructed
Right out.
path to the basket. They actually stand in front of him, they obstruct him, they can't hack his arms, slap his hands, but
8
within
serves
reason,
19.
there's things that they can do.
8 serves 19.
Now, when you're in a space that's only 20 feet wide, certainly there will be some obstruction of views, and
Replay.
Dave asking for an avoidable there, tried to walk it up to the service box, our referee not having it.
Switch the camera angle. Nope. Sorry, I thought Dave was exiting the court to have a talk with Joe Hagan. And if we were able to actually mic up the players, you see that both of them
8 serves 19.
play this sort of game back, and they played with each other for so long. It's a lot of gamesmanship amongst each other and how they leverage themselves mentally against each other. I mean, it's really a treat to watch these two play at this level.
Side out.
Dave sliding that ball down the left side wall with so much side spin. You really don't use
19
the
serves
term
8.
side spin all that much in handball, but that's exactly what Dave does. He spins
Point.
that ball across his hand.
20 serves 8.
This is game takes it out. Nadi Alvarado goes for his low shot like he does.
Hold it. Replay.
Must have been contact there. Dave Chapman threw up his arms. What was the call there, Dave?
20
It's whatever the
8.
player wants. So that would have been good.
Set out. Hit.
This is a towel timeout.
I don't know if that crazed Nadi Alvarado fan is still in the gallery or not. We haven't heard much from him, but
I
Nadi
just heard
hasn't.
a couple claps there on that miss.
Okay.
So it must be imminent.
So you notice the claps now.
I know what I'm listening for. It's this. It's 3 claps. I was thinking when you're saying clapping, I was going to hear,
8 serves
a
20.
bunch of obnoxious clapping. I didn't realize it was just 3
Short.
hand claps. As I did that, all the lights went on
Second
and off
serve.
here in the facility with the clapper, as seen on TV, not sold in stores.
Set out. 20 serves 8. Thanks. Replay.
There was contact. Dave called it. Okay. Nadi just
20
didn't get out of
serves
his way.
8.
20 serves 8. This is coming down to the conclusion of this game. And there it is.
It looks like
20.
Dave won't even get to that ball. He not only gets to the ball, but rolls it in the left corner.
Okay, we're going to take a timeout this time. Although I have a feeling the big ball double bounce 2-wall players are going to jump on the court, but we're going to take a timeout from the facility here in Fridley, Minnesota. You stick around. We'll be back in just a bit for game number 2. It's Dave Chapman defeating Nadi Alvarado 21-8. For Dave Fink, Omar Lemus, my name is Dave Vincent. You stick around. WPHLive.tv for more action coming up right around the corner. are back live here in Minnesota. 0 serve 0. Game number 2 is Nadi Alvarado serving to Dave Chapman.
Nadi starts off game 2 with an air. Faded back and tried to hit that shot back to the ceiling. Hit the elevator shot straight up and down. Our referee Dave coming to me between games for some counsel on his refereeing, asked me how he did. I was honest. I told him not too well, actually. He missed a couple of very easy calls, and he called far too many hinders. He was actually very receptive, Dave, unlike yourself, who's a stubborn mule. And now it's not even coming back into the picture. But we can revisit that stubborn mule comment if you.
Oh no, I actually agreed with you. I usually stay quiet when I hear that.
And now it's Nadi just setting up Dave, shot after shot. You wonder why didn't he put forth this kind of effort in his quarterfinal match?
When he played you? Interesting.
3-0.
It's a strange thing, Dave, when you're mentally demoralized, what happens to your game and your body. Once that inclination of defeat enters your mind, Dave, it's very hard to push yourself through that.
0 serves 3.
Ask LeBron in the playoffs. Thought you could keep up with me in sports references, but it doesn't seem like you can't. I'm on another level. You're trying to get there.
What do you want me to say? Agree with you? Yeah, I mean, so he gave up in the playoffs. Okay.
Well, he knew that his team couldn't win, so he figured why even try.
I don't think that's the reason why he gave up. Is that what you wanted to hear from me? Or am I being stubborn about that? There were other reasons why he gave up.
Could we list a
Not
few?
gonna name it.
I'd like you to. 'Cause I'm curious. And I think our viewers are as well. Actually, you just got an instant message on our chat that would like the reasons to be listed.
Well, I'm not on TMZ reporting staff, but I think if you go to that site and just type in LeBron and playoff choke, you're going to find a couple reasons that you probably didn't even know about yourself that are probably not airable here. But it is worth a read.
Back to the action here. Nadi not moving well at all right now. Looks like he might be having some sort of physical problem with his legs. Could be his hip flexor or that knee. I know he's having some sort of calf strain as well. He's definitely not moving as well as he was earlier in the tournament. You see now he's not even running forward. I'm not really sure what's happening here. Could be exhausted. Could be
5 serves 1.
5 serves 1.
Mentally defeated.
Well, from what though? I mean, he played good ball in that first game. It just
really don't want to speculate right now, Dave, as to the source of this.
5.
But you were.
Lack
1
of
serves
effort.
5.
Well,
I mean, you went through the
that's
hip
true.
flexor and
That's
the
true.
muscles that you don't even know how to spell. Surprised we didn't bring up the clapping fan as the reason.
5 serves 1.
5 serves 1.
That fan will not have much to clap about for the next 5 minutes. And you see Nadi just not even moving with that ball. So be surprised if Nadi finished this game out, Dave, because it certainly doesn't seem like
6 serves
he
1.
wants to be there right now.
To me, it looks like it's more of a high upper leg, if I'm going to speculate, above the knee. Like you said, hip flexor, something around his right quad.
I actually don't know what a hip flexor is.
Huh. I thought you can keep up with me in sports terminology, but I guess you can't. Nobody can.
I can keep up with a stager.
This might be it for Nadi. I mean, something's wrong with his right leg.
2 serves 6.
2 serves 6. And
Short.
there is definitely something wrong with the ball.
The ball, please. walking? Yep.
Alvarado actually walking it physically over so the referee can check it, since the ref did ask for that ball to be checked.
Yet it's a gentleman's sport. Why do we need the referee to verify that the ball is broken?
Even the clapping fan in the front row heard the sound of that ball break. He knew.
You see players throwing the new ball into the floor first and then the front wall. You also see them throw a lot of three-wall shots. That's to get that film off the new ball so that it doesn't skid through the court in its initial first couple of rallies.
Okay, the score is 2-6.
2-6. Second game. Nadi thought that ball short.
Very strange shot from Nadi.
Something's going on here. I
Side out.
have a feeling like you do. I don't see Nadi completing this game.
6-2.
And all of a sudden, something just happened between the first and second game.
You see that a lot in tennis, Dave. Players retiring in the middle of a match. Never winning
7-2.
when they retire due to injury, but you don't see it very often in handball. You see players just usually play out the rest of the game. And now Nadi not even able to change directions.
I really fully expect him just to open up the door and walk out. You see him lifting that leg. That's an upper quad. Or
8-2.
scores 8-2.
He still lifts that leg a lot higher than you can lift it after 4 matches of webcasting.
Well, if I had to jump over a barrier to get to a plate of food, you'd see that leg lift very high. Don't think I'm joking.
9 serves 2.
9 serves 2. I know you did. Back wall sounds really dead back there.
Point.
Really, Dave, hundreds in the gallery here, and even our cameraman
10 serves
don't
2.
know really what to think right now, or say.
It's fairly quiet. Nadi looks really ailing here. I don't know why he's continuing.
11 serves 2.
Dave will shoot this. Normally you wouldn't see Dave hit that shot. He'd take that back to the ceiling.
Point.
But sensing the hobbled Nadi Jr.,
12 serves 2.
I'll get it out of him. I'll find out what's wrong.
will you find out what is actually wrong or what he'll tell you is wrong?
Well, I read
Question.
his text messages at night when he goes home, so I find out exactly what he says to his wife.
So you will find out exactly
I
what
told
went
you
wrong.
what
Okay,
the real
yes.
reason.
Okay.
I actually
2
read them.
serves 12.
Okay.
I know how to speak Spanish and read Spanish. Although he doesn't talk to her in Spanish on text. Just in case.
Side out. 12 serves 2.
It's kind of a sad ending, Dave, to what we thought would be a great match.
Point.
It's definitely depressing and disappointing. Almost, you feel like you're watching
13 serves 2.
Joe Namath with the Chargers. Or was that Johnny Unitas? Could it be, Dave, that Nadi?
Play again.
Oh, very strange call there. Clearly, Nadi not even moving
13
any ball
serves
that's
2.
not within a foot of him.
Hold it. It was a pretty loud noise right as he was serving, so I'm gonna... What? What happened?
There's a problem in the stands here.
Well, okay, it was pretty loud noise. So I'm gonna play that one over.
Joe Hagan not realizing players can't hear anything
First
outside the
serve
court except for the heckling fan.
The crowd that's packed in here getting a little
strange.
rowdy.
It's as though Dave doesn't even realize that Nadi's injured, because why would Dave even care that he has to replay this point? He's winning points at will.
14 serves 2.
Just like, why would Dave worry about a fan that's clapping his hands 2 times when he was up 18-6 in that first game?
Point.
Seems like the problem is moving to his right for Nadi Jr. We're not doctors here, though. We're not much of anything, as a matter of fact.
Dave has the resume to prove that. And so do I.
Second serve.
We do have fake resumes that would say otherwise.
Point.
This game is all but over here.
16
Go
serves
ahead
2.
and stencil this in. You can actually take out that clear jug that you use to announce all the finals of these, and you can actually engrave that now. Dave Chapman, a finalist. Unfortunately, you didn't engrave Luis Moreno's name. You wrote that in calligraphy on your draw sheet.
Unfortunate. Those that don't think that really didn't happen
Would be right.
Point.
It was actually aerial pros.
Huh. That was the font
3
used.
serves 16.
3 serve 16.
Short.
This match, Dave, similar
Second
now
serve.
to what we saw in Idaho. Idaho was 21.
Hold it short.
That's 2 shorts and a
Right
fault.
up.
21-12, 21-9 at the Plumber Bash. It's now
16 serves 3.
Yeah, but you recall that it was about this score exactly in Idaho when Nadi came back and got 6 late points. And we thought, well, maybe he's in the game again. But
he needs some of that
Point.
special yellow tape that he used to wrap his calf. That was the difference there.
17 serves 3.
It's more magic than anything, really.
Point.
It's strange to hear Nadi upset with himself there. Clearly this game is over.
18 serves 3.
18-3.
This is
Side
the
out.
time, Dave, in Idaho when Nadi made a move, trailed 18-3, called a timeout, came in and scored 6 points.
3 serves 18. Short. Second serve.
That's such a great shot from Dave Chapman. He's going to teach that at his
Side out.
upcoming Dream Camp in Las Vegas. He said he's going to teach his Dream Campers how to hit that shot into the corner.
18 serves 3.
And also the paddle shots up front. 18-3. This is the second game. Dave Chapman wins the first one, 21-8.
Nadi rolls that ball
Side out.
softly through his hands and finesses that kill shot it into the right corner.
The floor dry up there? Dave, was the floor dry up there? Okay. Alright. 3 serves 18. Hold it. Short. Short.
Joe Hagan actually taking on a tour of this beautiful club before this match, Dave.
Second serve.
Talking about the possibility of hosting the USHA Nationals here.
Oh, nice
Point.
serve right there from Nadi Alvarado.
First order of business, Dave, if they did host the national championship, would be to
4 serves
install
18.
some sort of speaker system into all these courts so that the referees would be able to be heard, and there's consecutive aces there from Nadi.
What just happened?
Look at Nadi Alvarado and Dave
Oh,
Chapman.
thank you, Dave.
Look at Dave saying, I'm just going to play right here.
That's a point. 5 serves 18.
Now the referee didn't realize that was an ace serve.
the Plumber Bash. It's Noddy with a late surge, and you wonder, where was this at 3-all or 6-3 or even 10-3?
18.
Seemingly scoring points at will now. Noddy just looks completely demoralized to me right now. There's the incredible reaction time of Dave by touch.
Noddy's fan didn't know what was going on there and was actually clapping for his, his nemesis.
18 to 6.
So he'd like to have that clap back.
Yeah, you'd like to take him back every now and then.
Point. 19 to 6.
19
Noddy
to 6.
admonishes himself as though it's 19-all. This game was over about 20 minutes ago. No offense to the fans watching the spring league, but I have to call it like I see it. It's my job.
And you get paid well for it.
Not so much.
Huh. Oh, look at that shot. Goes over the top of it. Oh, that means that Dave got to the ball.
Forward right there. Okay, thanks. The point.
So good referee calling here from Joe Hagan. Late fill in for Luis Moreno, who normally would have picked up this match.
Well, why didn't he?
I do not know the answer to that.
I think you do.
Actually, I don't. I know nothing and I can prove it. I think I just proved it.
23 6.
Looks like it's going to be Dave Chapman and Sean Lenning tomorrow, right here on the live webcast at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Point game and match.
There it is. Dave Chapman defeats Alvarado, 11 o'clock tomorrow, local time here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, for the finals between Dave Chapman and Sean Lenning. For Omar Lemus and Dave Fink, my name is Dave Denson. We're going to say goodnight for this evening and this webcast. Thanks out to Joe Hagan from the USHA for repping